Okay, in this video, we're going to practice how to start and record a video training in Zoom. So first of all, you need the Zoom app, so you need to download that if you haven't. And then once you open the Zoom app up, you're just going to start a new meeting. So just click on New Meeting. And your camera should automatically turn on. Of course, if it doesn't, there's settings for that. And I'm going to go over this with you today. Hi everyone, I'm Virginia Parsons, and I truly believe that the fastest path to visibility is using video and live streams. So Zoom is just one of those tools I think you're going to find very valuable. So it's beneficial if you practice using Zoom as one of the tools so that you can get more visibility and get the word out about your expertise. All right, so I'm inside the Zoom now. And there's a few things I also have in the background here that I'm going to be referencing that I've opened up. I've opened up a PowerPoint over here. You'll see this is the PowerPoint I've opened up as something to practice with. I've also got a talking points document here as well. So we're going to be referencing those. As a matter of fact, I'm going to leave the talking points up right now because it's the same thing that you're going to be able to do with your Zoom practice is have your talking points there to remind you what you want to make sure you talk about and the points you don't want to miss. So let's start with opening Zoom. We already talked about that, didn't we? And then turn on your camera and adjust. So the camera automatically comes on, and you just have to see if when you're looking into the camera, which is usually mounted either on your monitor or is built right into your laptop, that you're looking at the camera. Now, if it looks like you're looking down at the camera because maybe it's a laptop and it's lower than you're positioned, then you need to think about raising the laptop up so that the camera level is right about at eye level. So that's what I mean about adjusting the camera itself. And then you also want to make sure that your audio is turned on and it's adjusted. And the way you're going to do that is to go down to the left-hand corner of the Zoom, and you'll see a little microphone down there. And if the green is going up and down when you're talking, it means that your microphone is working. Now, if you need to adjust the level in some way, or you need to make sure you've got the right mic on because maybe it's not turning green for you, click on this little arrow button and you'll see that here's where you can select your microphone. I've got mine on my main Yeti microphone, and you may have a built-in mic or you might have an external mic. You want to choose the one that gives you obviously the best sound quality. You can make sure your correct speaker is selected so that you can listen back to it and make sure that everything sounds good for the viewer. You can test your speaker and microphone here, and you can switch to phone audio. We're not going to worry about any of that. But the audio settings, you might want to take a look at that, click onto that further, and you'll see that you have a place again to test your speakers and change the volume level of your speakers. Again, the mic, the blue level going back and forth is showing you that the mic is working, and I can always make the volume for it louder or softer, and I'll just leave it about 3/4 of the way up. So there's some more things that you're able to do to make sure that you have adjusted everything. Now, the other thing that I want you to keep in mind when you're adjusting the Zoom itself is because you want to be looking at the camera, but it's so easy to want to look down at the actual video that's taking place, I suggest you shrink the video and move it up underneath your camera. So you see that this video is not full size. If I were to go and click here, we'd go into full screen. Yikes! I don't need a full screen to do a video. It will record in full screen, but I don't need to see it that way. So I'm going to click this button in the upper right again and make it smaller. But if you want it even smaller, you do not need to see that a bigger picture. You can grab the corner. I have the corner down here in the right hand side, and once I mouse over it, these arrows come up, and you just click there and drag it, and up it comes. Yeah, so now I can come up to the top and click here in the white bar and move it over right underneath the camera. Now you see these other things in the background aren't going to show up. You're seeing them because I'm recording this in Camtasia, but they're in the background on the monitor for you to reference. So we're going to take care of that right now. I don't need this Zoom piece here. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't need this here. I'm going to get rid of that. Now I have the 3 pieces of information I need to practice on Zoom. So we've already been doing some practicing here, but I haven't told you to record yet, have I? So that's really the next thing. So when you want to record so that you can look back at it and make sure that you're getting good at looking at the camera and that you've shrunk everything up and everything looks good, then you have some other options. You can, if you want to, bring your talking points up front. Now, the Zoom people won't see them, but you will. Remember, you don't need to see yourself. You want to be looking in the camera, and if you've got talking points, you remember what to say. You've got them opened up. I had them as an example in a Word doc here. I can actually move this over right under the camera for the time being. I can do one other thing in addition. Under View for this talking point, I could click View, and then I could go to Views here, and I can go to Read Mode. Look what happens. There, my talking points are right up, very close to underneath the camera. So just know that you can put these in the background. They won't see them, but you'll have reference to them so you don't forget any of your talking points. So I'll move this over out of the way for now. And so the next idea is to go ahead and practice recording. So in practicing recording, what you really want to do is find the record button. Now, because I have shrunk this, I don't see it anywhere. If I were to expand it again, let's see here, click here and mouse over, now we see the expanding lines. Once I expand it, oh, hello, record pops up. It's been there all along, but because I shrank it, it sort of seemed to disappear. But it's there, and I just want you to know that, so I'm going to shrink it down again. Oh, where did it go? Well, it's under More. Record on this computer. So that's where you go ahead and click record. So I'm going to go ahead and record it, and the video then is going to get saved on my computer. So I'm going to click record. That's what I want you to do, is practice this recording process. And now you'll see in the upper left that it is recording. All right, so it's now recording in Zoom, even though I'm recording this all for you on Camtasia. And that's why you're seeing all the other things in the background on my monitor. But this is how my monitor looks when I do record in Zoom. So now you can practice just looking at your talking points and looking into the camera and speaking clearly and making sure you don't miss any of the points. But how about if you have maybe a presentation that you want to share? Something maybe you've done in a PowerPoint or slides that you've created? Well, if you open that up before you start your Zoom, it'll be there in the background for you. And when you click on this green share button, oh, it comes up, and now I just have to find the PowerPoint, and there it is. So I'm going to click on it and click share. So now I go over into the side and my PowerPoint comes up. So I can move it over again right underneath the camera so I can be looking at it, so that even with my image on the side, it still looks like I'm looking into the camera. Now, what you can do with a PowerPoint to make it look really good on screen is, if you look here down at the bottom, you can go into slide presentation mode, but if you do that, boom, it's going to take over your whole screen. So instead, again, I recommend reading view with your PowerPoint. Click that on, and now we're straight to just the slides. That's all that the people are seeing are the slides, and you can see them too without the whole Zoom fading away in the background. So now you can just simply go through your slides by clicking through the arrows for them. And this is just a presentation I did a while ago, so I won't spend any time on that. And as you get done with the PowerPoint presentation, then you can go back and click on the stop share button, which is way down here now on the bottom of your screen where it says stop share in the red button. So we just click stop share once you're done with your presentation, and here you are back front and center on your Zoom. When you're done practicing all this, and I do suggest you practice numerous times, but each time record it and then take a look at it and see what you can improve on. Okay? So when you're done with the recording, you can go two places. You can go up here to the upper left area where you see that square box and it says stop recording when you mouse over it, or down here, if it's again not showing up because you've shrunk the screen, it's going to be under more, and there you have it, stop recording. So I'm going to stop this recording even though the Camtasia recording is continuing for you. And so it's that easy to practice. And I really think that if you practice using Zoom, you'll get wonderful recordings that you can leverage and repurpose into multiple pieces of content and even share out there across the internet as the full training or as bits and pieces. I will be sharing all of those ideas and how to do it easily in the full program of Go Live Leveraged. So make sure that you take advantage of all the trainings I have for you in Go Live Leveraged. And if you haven't registered yet, what are you waiting for? Go take advantage of this beta program offer at the lowest possible price. And I'll see you on the inside of the members area.